your best on-screen introductions to a bad guy ever.
Thank you.
Let's get some chairs set up. Let's bring out the cast of Hatchet. We have Joel Moore, somewhere back there. Perry Shen, Mercedes McNabb, Jolie Dorlanti, and Tamara Golden. Hello, Tamara. So Adam, let's talk about Hatchet a little bit. This is kind of a labor of love for you. Your first, not your first feature film, because you did a film called Coffee and Donuts, which was a comedy. But this played to your tastes. I mean, you're a big horror fan, obviously. Where did you shoot the film?
Let's see. Was the question, it's hard to hear. Where did we shoot it?
Yes, where did you shoot the film?
Oh, we shot the film actually here in California. The movie takes place in New Orleans. We shot a few days in New Orleans. We actually were the last film to shoot there before Katrina hit. But most of it we shot in a place called Sable Ranch, which is in this godforsaken place called Santa Clarita. And we had a great production designer who made everything look like New Orleans. And it was, yeah, the Spanish moss and all that stuff. This was a really hard thing to do because typically with like a lower budget movie like this, which, you know, I shouldn't even say it's low budget because you see some stuff that's like, okay, it's low budget. Like, this isn't that low of a budget, but we're dealing with like live alligators and boats and rain and lighting people on fire and obviously very complicated makeup effects and kids, everything you don't want to deal with in a movie. And we did that in this, and we basically shot it in about 14 days.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what it's about?
The movie is, well, it's called Hatchet, and it's a guy who's going to fuck people up with a hatchet. It's exactly what you think it's going to be. That was the goal with this, was to give the fans what they want. I'm just a fan. I'm just one of you guys. Last year I was sitting here with you, and I just made the movie that I want to see. I think it's kind of weak that our friends at the studios can only offer remakes and sequels and bullshit, and this is something that's back to the old school.
Let's give a round of applause for that.
Thank you. There's no CG in this movie. Everything was done old school.
Now, Perry, you play the tour guide who
Yes.
takes everybody off into the bayou, but I hear there's a little something to say about the accent you have in the film.
Oh, I play this sort of, they all go on this haunted swamp tour. I guess they do that a lot in the bayou, and I start off with this huge southern accent. And basically, it's this little Chinese guy, and I've got the voice of I don't know, like Tony Todd, basically. You know, that's what Adam told me to sort of think about. So I said, "How y'all doing? You know, welcome. Y'all tried the crawfish yet?" And then it's this funny situation where he just keeps taunting these guys, and every time the shit hits the fan, he starts dropping his accent, and you think that he's Chinese all of a sudden, and then he has another accent when the shit hits the fan some more. So it's a real fun role to play.
Now, Joel, did you know Adam before you started the film?
No, I didn't.
Were you a fan of horror before you took on the job?
I'm a big fan of horror movies. I drag my friends out to see horror films all the time, even the bad ones, which I think, as Adam has covered, are a lot of these days. So it was really fun to be a part of one that was brought back to the roots of old school American horror, and you guys are gonna love it. The whole thing is good, and I just got to look at pretty ladies the whole time, so it was fun for me.
Mercedes. Now, what was it like for you to get kind of roped back into the genre? Were you, after Buffy and Angel, were you trying to steer away from taking on any more horror, or did you mind?
And also, I feel like this was more of a realistic experience. Everything with Buffy and Angel was very CG, I guess you could say. So you don't even get to see any of the morphine or the blood and the guts and stuff. So this was a completely different thing. It was all happening as you're there. So it wasn't really the same thing at all. Sci-fi and horror are a little bit different in that aspect.
Now, Jolie, you have one of the best deaths I've seen in quite a long time. How long did you have to sit in the makeup chair for that?
Oh my God, what was it? I don't like 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah, and I couldn't eat. I
I had to I was hyperventilating. I couldn't eat, and I had to have everything through a straw up my neck, underneath the prosthetic.
Just so you guys know what she's talking about, I know you guys blog and do your thing. Has everybody heard about the infamous belt sander death? Okay. I didn't show you that because you gotta wait and see that in the actual movie, but basically Julie gets her lower jaw sanded off with a belt sander, and it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Jaw's back, son.
And Tamara, you are kind of the voice of reason in the film. You go on this swap tour, and you already know something's amiss. What was it like to play the character?
It was great. It was just everyone gets to be really funny, and I'm kind of the straight guy. So I was really serious the whole time. But it was cool. I was the only one that knew what was going on. It was kind of fun to get to round everybody up.
Well, then what was the atmosphere on set? I mean, obviously you guys were all it seemed like one big party.
It definitely was one big party. In fact, we haven't really stopped. We were partying up until the second we came on stage. This movie was a lot like summer camp. I took about 5.5 months to cast it to make sure that there's this thing with slasher movies, and I know you guys as fans of the genre know what I'm talking about, where they'll basically just give a part to the first person who wants it for the biggest name. And it was very important for me that this raised the bar with that and actually have good actors. And the best compliment we've gotten so far in all the reviews from our premiere at Tribeca was that the acting is amazing. And I owe these people so much because they didn't just phone it in. They were all willing to play with me, and Tamara especially just let me mess with her mind so badly through the whole process, and to the point that I'd have her hysterically crying. Tamara has a fear of the dark and latex. It's just the two worst things to have working on a movie like this. And at one point I stuck her in a shed full of dead animals and left her in the dark for 20 minutes just to get her hysterical. And